In a quiet village wrapped in fog and silence, there stood a clock tower that hadn't ticked in over 10 years. It loomed above the cobblestone streets like a forgotten sentinel, its hands frozen forever at 4:17. Children walked by it quickly. Old folks whispered about it at dusk. And the rest of the village? They simply ignored it, like a memory too painful to revisit. But for 15-year-old Zayan, that tower was a mystery he couldn't forget. Zayan wasn't like the others. He asked too many questions. He stayed out too late. And while other kids played games, he read dusty old books about time, machines, and the grandfather he never truly knew. 10 years ago, Zayan's grandfather, Armand, had vanished. No note, no trace. Just one event everyone remembered clearly. The exact moment Armand disappeared. The great clock tower stopped ticking. Since then, Zayan had always wondered, was it just coincidence? Or was there something hidden in that tower? One rainy afternoon, the sky turned silver. Thunder rolled in the distance. Zayan wandered into the attic of his home, chasing a dripping sound from the roof, and stumbled upon a small wooden box beneath a tarp of old coats. The box was strange. Metal hinges, strange markings, and a lock in the shape of a crescent moon. It clicked open with ease. Inside, a letter, a map, and a strange metallic key with Zayan's name engraved in it. Zayan, whispering, "Why would he leave this for me?" The map was faded but clear. It led not to a place in the village, but deep inside the clock tower. Zayan had never been inside. No one had. The doors were always locked, or so he thought. That night, under a silver moon, with the key in his pocket and the letter unread, Zayan slipped through the village, silent as a shadow. As he approached the tower, the rain began to fall again. He reached for the door. Click. The key turned like it had been waiting for him for years. Inside, the air was thick with dust. Gears, chains, and broken levers lined the walls. It felt like stepping into a giant, ancient machine. At the center of the room stood the heart of the clock, a massive circular gear locked in place, unmoving. Then, his compass began to glow. Wait, he didn't have a compass before. But now on his wrist, a strange golden disc pulsed with light, spinning softly. A hum filled the room. Zayan stepped forward and placed the key into the center of the main gear. The moment the key touched metal, the room lit up. Gears jerked into motion, chains rattled, and then the clock's hands began to spin, fast, backward, rewinding time. Outside, the village lights flickered. The wind stopped, and then silence. Zayan looked out the window. Everyone was frozen, mid-step, mid-sentence, like statues in a pause film. And in the reflection of the tower's glass, he saw something he wasn't expecting. Zayan, startled. "Grandpa!" For just a moment, Armin's face appeared, not as an old man, but younger, focused, sad, and then gone. The tower groaned. Sparks flew. Zayan pulled the key out, and everything stopped. Outside, life resumed as if nothing had happened. But something inside Zayan had changed forever. He ran home in the rain, heart racing, key clenched tightly in his fist. His Aunt Esha stood at the door. She wasn't surprised to see the key in his hand. In fact, she'd been waiting for this day. She pulled him inside and locked the door. Esha, calm but serious. "Your grandfather was not an ordinary man, Zayan. He was a timekeeper, and now, so are you." She opened a hidden door beneath the fireplace, revealing a spiraling staircase into the earth. Zayan followed, stepping into a chamber of wonder, floating hourglasses, glowing scrolls, maps of time, and a giant book that opened itself when he touched it. The Book of Time. Its pages whispered, whispering voices. The bloodline continues. The gears of time turn again. Zayan stood still, overwhelmed by it all. He was no longer just a boy in a forgotten village. He was the heir to a legacy that spanned centuries, a guardian of time, a seeker of truth, and perhaps the one destined to bring his grandfather back, but only if he could survive what was coming next. The tower had awakened. And now, time itself was watching.